Hey there, welcome back to Supercharged Fridays. I hope you're doing well. I am streaming to you live today from New Delhi, India, from my parents' home. If you are watching me live, um, because of very, very obvious reasons, let me know if you can see me and hear me properly because I have had problems in the past and as recently as last week where I recorded like a 10-minute episode because I was going to be flying to India and the whole thing it turns out that the audio was not correctly plugged in. So I was talking for 10 minutes as like painful to, I can't believe that people were actually watching and commenting and I was not even there because I was on a plane somewhere. That's pretty awful. So if you're watching me, give me a quick thumbs up in the comments that you can see me and that you can hear me. Do not be shy. All comments welcome. And let's get into it because I had received a couple of questions from a few people. So without further ado, let's get into it. And if you're watching me for the first time and you're wondering, what is this about? I recently connected with Sonal or I recently started following her. Like, hey, welcome. Happy that you're here. I used to be in human resources for the longest time. I worked in India, South America, and Europe, and I live in Belgium actually. And what I do today is as a career coach, I help people who are transitioning in their career to land more smoothly and get a role that excites them and pays really well, and they feel like they make a difference. If that is what you're about, make sure you follow me on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I've been doing these live streams every single Friday since January 2020, and I haven't missed, come rain or shine. And what I do these Fridays is basically help people, right? And if you have access to a coach, that's great, but not everyone does. I help people with content. I have a podcast. I'm regular on LinkedIn, as well as I've got a library of videos on YouTube. And I help people with so three things: content, courses. I got digital courses online. Check out my website, superchargeyourself.com, as well as the third thing, which is coaching. I have groups. I have a group coaching program to help people who are transitioning. So if you're excited about any of that, if that's what check out my website and you can learn more about me. So let's get into the questions that I thought I meticulously answered last week, but yeah, nothing was audible. Thank you for being here, Jihan. It is 5:35 p.m. in New Delhi, and it is super early for you in Texas. I hope you're doing well on this balmy July evening where I'm tuning in from. Thank you, G. I hope you're doing well, and I can't wait to get my grubby little hands on your book. Cherrymate, tuning in from the Philippines. Thank you for tuning in. And without further ado, let us get straight into the questions that I had already received last week. And if you have any other questions, feel free to join because this is what we're about. I'm going to be live for about 20 minutes. So, this question I received was: should you negotiate salary if you already know the range? If is asking for 100% compa ratio a good idea? Okay, so first things first, T. Good. So for anyone wondering, first of all, what is compa ratio? So for every position in the company, you will have a median, a market median, and companies tend to pay sometimes 75% of that median, 80% of that median, or in this case, the question is about 100% of the median. So it never hurts to ask, because if you think you know the range, is it because they have advertised that range? They don't tend to share range in the job vacancy, very closely. Then they tend to share a very broad range. So I'm not sure, first of all, if you want to make sure that you check your assumptions. And as far as asking, it never hurts. What matters is two things. Number one, that you ask nicely, right? Say, hey, is that number flexible? I'd like to know if there is a possibility to go on the upper end of this range. So ask that question, of course, and give reasons why you deserve more. You need to say that. You need to build a case for that. Second of all, if for some reason it's very clear to you that yes, this is rigid and you can't bend it too much, it's not that flexible, Then what you could do is you can find out about what are the benefits that you can ask for, which let's not ignore. There's lots of benefits that have, like, they're worth a lot of money, right? There could be something for, I don't know, I'm just sort of speaking from the top of my head. There could be something for childcare. There could be something for a gym membership. There could be something that helps you to pay for a course that you really wanted to do, and companies do that, and it's actually going to help you to be better at your job. All of that stuff costs a lot of money, right? Vacation, a higher bonus, maybe it's based on performance for the first 3 months, 6 months. Ask. So do not assume that you think it's 100% compa ratio, that the company is going to say it's not gonna it's not gonna work. Don't make assumptions. Always check your assumptions, right? Just want to make sure if you can, like, sort of hear me properly. Yes, is the volume okay? Because I've got my microphone here and I've checked my settings. Just give me a quick thumbs up in the comments if it's okay. Yeah, let me know, please. Thank you. I would appreciate it. All right, I see questions. Perfect. Natalia, hi. Thank you for tuning in. I have another question here that I received earlier that I will answer in a bit. Bharat, thank you for letting me know, because there's also like a giant air conditioner blasting in my face. So I wanted to make sure that audio is not a problem, especially unlike last time. Okay. Hi, Natalia. How are you? How are you doing? In my new role, I will be working with the CPA and HR firms to partner and help clients with their needs. That's awesome. What would you suggest would be a great strategy to connect on LinkedIn? So, Natalia, can you help me a little bit to understand your question? Is it because you would like to sell to them? Is it because you want to be seen as a very strong vendor, etc.? Could you tell me more about that before I sort of jump into advice mode? Okay, G. Everyone's waiting for your book to come out, so definitely let us know. So, Natalia, I'm going to wait for you. Hopefully, to come back if you're still watching. Do come back, and then I'll make sure that I answer your question. I'll make sure I don't forget. Hi, Cherry May. Of course, you can ask a question. Should I join a company that is frequently having layoffs? Hmm. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments. If there is a company in front of you that's frequently having layoffs, would you willingly join them knowing what you know? Let me know what you think, because I would like a little bit wisdom of the crowd, do a little bit of crowdsourcing. Jerry May, I have some thoughts on this, but I also want to hear what others are thinking. So if you guys are watching me right now, Siddharth, Jihan, Bharat, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Would you, if you had an opportunity and then you look them up on Google, you check them out in the news, and they had a couple of layoffs in January, they had a couple of layoffs in June, what would you do? What would you do? Let me know. And Cherry May, let me know before I share my thoughts with you. What do you want to do? It's not about should I. Do you want to? What do you want to do? Just kind of putting it back to you, because I also want to know how you think about this. All right. So I'm waiting to hear back on two things. Quick recap. I'm waiting to hear back from Natalia, and I'm waiting to hear back from Cherry May. Okay. Probably not. So Siddharth says I probably would not join the company, right? It's very easy for us also to sort of say whatever we say from a distance. But when we are in that situation, we got to also consider everything, right? And G says, I've worked for companies hiring in the middle of layoffs. It's not comfortable, but if I knew ahead of time, I'd run for the hills. Okay, now, fair enough. Thank you for sharing, Siddharth and G. Now, as far as the question is concerned, Cherry May, you know what? I would ask, listen, let's assume, I'm a pragmatist, I've always been, right? Let's assume there are not too many offers, or not too many, you're not getting too many offers right now, you're getting one, and maybe the current situation you have, which is either staying in your company or maybe you're between jobs, maybe that current option is not, like, it's not an option. Your current situation is not an option, and you got to make a move. I would find out as much as I can, see, because it's not hidden, right? So I would find out during the interview process about any more plans for reorganization, because you can say I'm looking to plant some roots in the future. So, while I know that you cannot guarantee, job safety, security, I know nobody can, but I'd like to know what your plans are. Like, just ask the question because they're going to know how you think. You need to go with your gut feeling. I mean, there are people who've, probably somewhere who've joined companies that have been laying people off, and then that was okay. We don't know. I don't know. I'm speaking hypothetically because a lot of times when layoffs are happening, it's because they are correcting some mistakes from the past. That in the past they did, for example, too much hiring in sales, or too much hiring in HR, or too much hiring in marketing or engine, and they realize, wow, we don't have enough engineers. They have to fix that, right? So, in fact, there was a fancy word in HR we used to have for it called not even restructuring; it was re-engineering, right? Not even re-engineering. What was it? Right sizing, whatever the fancy words are. It doesn't matter. I would want to know more about that, Cherry May, before I come to my decision. That's what I would do. 60% want to go and I have doubts. Sure, explore those doubts. Explore those doubts, right? Do something about that. Don't ignore, because you got to listen to your instincts. And a lot of people are saying that, I wouldn't join because it doesn't sound like a good idea. But you got to explore it, right? So every situation is different, right? And the likelihood of walking into you. The thing I like, G, is the fact that if you already know, there are less surprises if you already know what you're walking into. But keep in mind, Cherry May, if there are not too many options out there and you're walking knowing the full info, you don't, maybe give yourself 6 months or 1 year. A lot of times layoffs are not personal. I know they feel very personal, but they are based purely on numbers. So hope that helps you to make a decision. Wish you the very best. I haven't yet heard from Natalia. So Natalia, what I would do is, I'm assuming that if it's talking about sales, I would first start following those people who you're interested in working with. For example, the head of finance, the head of accounting, the head of human resources. I would first start following them before I pitch to them. I would first sort of follow them, write a few comments on their LinkedIn posts, build a connection with them, then build a relationship with them, then ask them to come on a call, step by step. No like and trust, as opposed to going straight to the pitch, which is what a lot of people do on LinkedIn. So, all right, good luck with everything. Hey, Siddharth. Hey, Sid from Toronto. Employer offered me 90K. I was expecting 125. I like the role, but if they don't come up, should I push them up again? Yeah, I mean, Siddharth, you gotta take a call. Okay, you've seen probably a couple of my. If you haven't, check a couple of my videos on YouTube, which are all about salary negotiation. The ball is in their court right now, so you're waiting. You know what I would do if I were you? I would have other options. I would look around and have other options and not wait. Time is precious. The best thing you can have right now is leverage, right? If you said you want 125 and they said 90, they're probably going to try and meet you somewhere in the middle. You need to take a call. You can take it or leave it. Be careful when you say things like push, because some people don't like it. Some people like it, but some people might say it's not very reasonable. Let's get someone else. So you have to live with the consequences, right? So good luck. Okido. Am I falling behind with the questions? All right, I'm going to get into them very quickly. Cherry May, you are extremely welcome. All right, let's go. Day to day life. Can you give me tips on negotiation when doing intra company transfer? Negotiation when you know salary range. Negotiation is talking about 100% compa ratio, a good idea. Okay, I talked about some of the compa ratio stuff at the start of the video, so do check that out. Negotiation when you know the salary range doesn't matter. We talked about that earlier as well. So if you're just joining me, catch the replay because this is the first. So get to like the 4 minute mark. When we finish, give it a couple of minutes for it to buffer. And check around the 4 minute mark. I address this question. If you are the person who asked me last time and I couldn't address it because I was on mute the whole time, check that out. I think that's going to help you. I'm just kind of going in a little bit of a hurry in the interest of time, because I have a call right after. I have my group in my coaching program. We are going to be talking in about 13 minutes. So, all right. Hi, I'm about to finish my master's in Germany. Congratulations, Taran. I have an offer in Sweden. Congratulations. But the package is low as per German market. Should I negotiate or look better for a job in Germany? Yeah, Taran, you probably know about this, but do keep in mind of cost. The cost of living, it's very different. For example, Munich versus Stockholm, What is it going to look like to pay rent? What is it going to look like to eat and live? And how much are you going to make at the end of the month in cash? Please make that comparison, because right now you are looking at, I know you know this probably, but you're looking at an apples to oranges comparison, because benefits are different, healthcare is different, you need a car or you're going to have access to public transport. All of that stuff makes a big difference to your bottom line. So please do not compare Sweden and Germany, even though they both are in Europe, and one is in euros and one is in, and that's the other thing, right? You have the currency difference as well. You have the kroner. But do not think about is the package low as per German market. Think about, is the package okay as per Sweden market? Look at the median pay for that type of role in Sweden. Check out resources online, talk to friends, talk to people in your master's program, get a better idea. Okay, and congrats on your offer, and good luck. All right, adulting male. What is, sorry, did I say adulting male? Adulting female. What's going on? I have a 1.5 year gap, and during this time, I cleared an exam. I don't know if you have to justify anything, adulting female. See, during this period of time, you were studying, you were prepping, and you cleared an exam, so you spent a lot of time prepping. Full stop. Don't need to overshare, and no need to justify, because when we say the word justify, it's like you have to defend something. What do you have to defend here? I don't. I don't think you do. Okay, super fast now. What should be the strategy for success once you're in your new job after a gap of 3 years? Okay. Uh, any tips or insights? Yeah. So, what I want you to focus on and think about the first 90 days, I want you to make sure that you have a one on one with your manager on expectations, on what would success look like for your role, for you, for the first 90 days. Have some parameters very clearly defined. Also, ask your manager, he or she, ask about how you can make their life a little bit easier every single day. Like, don't ask them every day, but ask them how can you help them to do their job better. And you want to just not look at your own goals, but also look at the goals of the company and how do they impact your goals, right? Have that clarification from the start. You're going to be set up for success. Secondly, when it comes to meetings, listen, listen, learn, observe. Put up your hand when people want volunteers, because you're going to be the one who's going to benefit. Doesn't matter if you don't know, you'll figure it out. This would be my quick answer, right? So good luck. Hi, Rishabh. Thank you for tuning in. I am in New Delhi, and I have two words: humidity and mangoes. I'm doing very well. Loving the humidity a little bit less, loving the mangoes a little bit more. So, totally, um, everything is good. I'm near family. Hi, Vivek. I have two UANs. I'm not quite sure what that means. Vivek, I am not sure. Were you the person who joined last time who connected and I was not able to answer your questions? I apologize, because I was going through them right now just before going live and I didn't quite even understand. So I came to know later, which will affect my future employment. UAN. Vivek, can you please let me know what that means? Um, Throughout my career, which I came to know little later, will this affect my future employment? I got through the selection process on the technical side and I'm looking forward to HR. Now my UAN will be an issue. Dude, help me out here. What's a UAN? I haven't got the um, slightest idea. So, yeah. Dipali, good luck, Dipali, with everything. You're gonna be great. You're gonna be great. You're very welcome. I like knowing names, So like you guys are using your pseudonym, your avatar names. It's cool, but I like knowing what your real name is. So we were talking to Dipali. Okay, Vivek, let me know what that was. Hey Joel, how do you justify if my learning curve is comparatively less when compared to my years of experience? Why do you say that? Why do you say that your learning curve is less compared to your, what is it supposed to look like for your years of experience? How would you know that? Tell me how you know that. How do you know it's less? Has someone said something to you? Has someone put a worm on your brain? Just do the best you can, please. Focus on micro improvements every day. I know that sounds like a fluffy answer, but comparison is really the thief of joy. Instead of focusing on where you are today and what are some steps you need to do to take forward by looking sideways, it's not, I'm not saying you're doing that, but chances are a lot of people do that and that hurts them, right? Vivek, I don't quite know still what UAN means related to your PF. Yeah, but I don't quite understand why would that be an issue. Selection process, but my UAN will be an issue. Can you tell me what UAN stands for and why would that be an issue? I'm sorry. This sounds like something technical, which is either related to the city you live in or the country you live in, and I'm not sure it's completely, you know what I mean? Like it's not very relevant to everyone, so I'm not going to be able to help you out here. I'm so sorry because I don't have enough knowledge, and I don't want to pretend that I do because that's not me. If you can explain a little bit, I got a couple more minutes to go, so I'd love to help you. Hi, Aarti. 1 month since I've given an interview. HR and hiring manager reverted 2 to 3 times, saying they are in the midst of an internal review. I wouldn't wait, Aarti. It doesn't sound most like, you never know, things can change, but it doesn't sound super promising. So I wouldn't wait. I would focus on, having my eggs in multiple baskets. You know, um, universal access number. You get a UAN. Yeah, but why is that an issue if you have a UAN? Why does it have an issue? Why does it UAN have to be? I have two UANs throughout my career. But why would that be an issue for future employment? I don't quite know why that's an issue. You know, in service-based companies, when compared to product-based companies, I have experienced it personally. Right, right. So if you think that your learning curve is, then you might need to take a little bit more time to absorb the material. There's a lot, right? Learning curve can be like this, it can be like steep. One thing that helped me, I don't know if this helps you, Joel, but my learning curve was very steep, maybe because I was a bit younger as well, and your picture it looked like you're quite young as well. When I was in South America, my learning curve for Spanish was very steep, very fast. And one of the reasons for that, I don't think it's because I'm personally like super intelligent, is because I didn't have a choice. So I was very motivated. No one around me spoke English, and that is why it helped me to go quicker. So if you can make some conditions for yourself where you make it non-negotiable to learn certain things because they're going to help you when your why is stronger, it'll help you for sure, right? So I'm sorry, Vivek, I wasn't able to quite follow the question here. Ah, yeah, there you are. Company which has been completed technical, the recruiter said that during the background verification process, HR says that my background verification is showing red. Oh, I see, and I'm quite confused. So you should let them know about that, right? I don't know. I'm sorry that this is confusing for you. Um, you need to come to the bottom of this and find out why it is red, the details why it's red. And if you've had two UAN, you have to give them an explanation, because ultimately for a lot of people in HR, if you're HR and you're watching, I don't care if you disagree with me, but when we're hiring, the one of the main reasons we do background checks is to just check the boxes that everything is good, everything is a-okay. And when there is a red, they can't check that box. So just make sure that you find out why it is red, and is it deeply problematic. You need to clear that part, right? Yeah. Swedish salary and joining date December. We'll talk to management. Any tips for further salary negotiation videos? Yeah, for salary negotiation, Taran, take full advantage of all the free videos on my YouTube channel on salary negotiation. I go from the very end, the start of salary negotiation, to the end, and I have an entire playlist of about 7 videos on salary negotiation. Watch those videos, and if you still have questions, come back to me on my YouTube live. Okay. All right, Joel, you're welcome. I have got to make a move. Do you know anyone who could get a job abroad while in India? You seem to have global, of course. I'm currently have people in my program who are in India and who are looking to get jobs abroad. Very clearly, which city they have a focus on, which country. Yes, it is. You need a plan. You don't just make a wish and you make it happen. You need a plan. So yes, I'm also a prime example of that. Watch the video I have on my YouTube channel on how to get a job abroad. It's a very, very good video. I have done a lot of research on that video, so check that out. Is it true that after 20 years experience, it's difficult to get a job in IT companies? I think difficult is a relative term. Maybe you've heard someone say that. You know, IT continues to be strong, personally, according to me, right? Vivek, good luck to you. Well done. I wish you the best. Thank you for being with me live. Thank you for being patient with all my tech drama last week while I was on my flight to India. Take care of yourself. And you know what? The weird thing is, I could have actually done the live stream because there was a 4 hour delay because of Microsoft outage. So we were actually in our aircraft for 4 hours. Technically, I could have easily done my live stream while waiting in the airport as well. But it is what it is. Take care, and I shall see you at the same time next Friday. Have a lovely Friday and rest of your Friday and weekend. Bye.